Could Samsung's next big flagship really be slimmer, smarter, and still keep the price unchanged? As 2025 races ahead, all eyes are shifting from foldables to what's coming early next year, the Galaxy S26 series. While the company hasn't confirmed anything yet, leaks and insider sources are painting a detailed picture of what to expect. First off, Samsung might shake up its lineup by launching 4 models instead of the usual 3. The rumored Galaxy S26 Edge could either join or completely replace the Plus model, depending on how the Galaxy S25 Edge performs in the market. Specs-wise, a major upgrade will be the new chips. The Galaxy S26 Ultra and possibly the Edge variant will run on the next version of the Snapdragon 8 Elite processor. The Galaxy S26 and S26 Plus or Edge will likely use the same Snapdragon chip in regions like the United States, Canada, and China, while the rest of the world will see Samsung's own Exynos chip, either the Exynos 2500 or possibly a new Exynos 2600 built on a 2nm process. Standard memory across all models is expected to be 12GB of RAM with 256GB of storage, and there will likely be 512GB and 1TB options too. Rumors suggest the Ultra variant might even get a 16GB RAM model more widely this time. On the outside, Samsung is expected to continue slimming things down, building on what it started with the Galaxy S25 Edge. The Galaxy S26 phones could get thinner using smaller camera modules without cutting performance. The design language will mostly stay the same: flat displays, aluminum or titanium frames depending on the model, and glass backs. Screen sizes likely won't change either: 6.2 inches for the base model, 6.7 inches for the Plus or Edge, and 6.9 inches for the Ultra, all using AMOLED technology. A big question mark hangs over the battery. Will Samsung finally adopt silicon carbon cells instead of traditional lithium-ion ones? That could allow higher capacities without adding bulk. Right now, rumors suggest a 6000 mAh battery for the Galaxy S26 Ultra, which seems ambitious, considering the current models max out at 5000 mAh. On the camera side, don't expect big changes across the board. Samsung seems to be sticking with its 50-megapixel main sensor for the S26 and S26 Plus. The Ultra will likely keep its edge with higher-end camera hardware, and the Edge model might carry over the impressive 200-megapixel camera from the Galaxy S25 Edge. Could Apple really move its logo after all these years? That's the big question stirring up conversations ever since rumors started pointing to a bold redesign for the iPhone 17 Pro to iPhone 17 Pro Max. While nothing is confirmed yet, some recent leaks are adding fuel to the fire, especially one suggesting Apple may not only change the look of the camera system, but also shift the position of its iconic logo. The latest leak comes from Majin Buu, a known leaker with a hit or miss record. He claims that the iPhone 17 Pro series will feature a much larger camera island that stretches across the top of the phone, forcing Apple to place the logo lower on the back panel. That's right, after years of keeping the Apple logo dead center, the company might be moving it toward the bottom half of the phone, just beneath the rumored camera bar. According to Boo, this information comes from a company that designs and manufactures phone cases, and they're already working on molds based on this new design. Now, of course, case manufacturers often get early dimensions and layouts, but it's worth taking this with a grain of salt. Still, it wouldn't be the first time Apple moved its logo. If you remember, with the iPhone 11 in 2019, Apple dropped the iPhone text from the back and shifted the logo to the center. So Apple has made logo adjustments before, though they're not frequent. If this leak turns out to be accurate, it would mark the first major change to the camera layout since that same iPhone 11 series. Back then, the square bump was introduced. Now, the rumor is that while the 3 main cameras will still be on the left side, the flash and lidar scanner could shift to the right, creating a stretched horizontal camera bar design. This could give the iPhone a more symmetrical look, something Apple has been inching toward over the years. There was also talk earlier from the same source about a new vapor chamber cooling system being introduced in the iPhone 17 Pro, aimed at improving thermal performance during gaming or heavy multitasking. But Majin Buu now seems less certain about that detail, hinting that Apple might be struggling to implement it in time. It's also possible the feature could be delayed or dropped altogether, depending on testing results. What makes this situation even more interesting is the timing. Apple is going head-to-head with Samsung's Galaxy S25 series, which is expected to bring performance improvements, but not a huge design change. So a more dramatic iPhone redesign could help Apple grab more attention and stand out visually from its main rival. Apple usually plays it safe with design tweaks, preferring subtle over flashy. But sometimes it throws in a surprise, and with competition heating up, now might be the perfect moment for a bold move. What if Samsung's most loved smartwatch was making a big return, but this time with a brand new twist? That's exactly what's happening with the Galaxy Watch 8 Classic. Just days ahead of Samsung's Unpacked event on July 9th, a real-world image of the watch has surfaced, and it's giving us a much clearer picture of what could be Samsung's next big thing for your wrist. This isn't just another computer render or a blurry leak. This photo, shared by leaker Setsuna Digital, also known as Instant Digital, shows us the actual device in someone's hand. And what really grabs attention is the shape. It's no longer the fully round design that classic fans have come to expect. Instead, Samsung seems to be going with a squircle shape, a mix between a square and a circle. We first saw this kind of design with the Galaxy Watch Ultra, and now it looks like Samsung wants to use it across the board. Now, let's talk about the details. The Galaxy Watch 8 Classic in this leak has a metal body and a black leather strap that gives it a clean, premium look. On the side, we see two physical buttons, nothing surprising there. But what's exciting is the return of the rotating bezel. That's right, the one feature that truly made Samsung's classic line stand out from all the others is back. It gives users a tactile, satisfying way to navigate the watch without touching the screen too much. For a while, Samsung had replaced this with a digital version, but that never really had the same feel. So bringing it back might be a smart move to win back longtime fans. Looking closer, the bezel looks thinner this time, and the screen might be slightly larger than before. It's not confirmed yet, but the leak does suggest a sleeker overall design. We've also heard talk that the Galaxy Watch 8 Classic could come with a brighter screen and stronger durability, possibly tougher glass or a more water-resistant build. Those would be welcome upgrades for anyone planning to use the watch for workouts, outdoor activities, or just everyday wear and tear. Still, Samsung hasn't confirmed anything about the specs just yet. What makes this leak so interesting is how it lines up with everything else we've seen recently. Over the past few weeks, leaks around the entire Galaxy Watch 8 lineup have been picking up. CAD-based renders gave us a basic idea of what to expect. Then there was a strange eBay listing that showed what appeared to be a working Watch 8 Classic, suggesting that test or early retail units may already be floating around. And now, this photo adds even more proof that the Watch 8 Classic is ready to go. So why does this matter? Because Samsung seems to be taking the Classic name in a slightly new direction.